MovieWeb.com.
Exactly what did you see?
Something was following us.
This is the most horrific event this town has ever seen. Authorities are calling this the Valentine's Day Massacre.
In the town of Harmony, something unexplainable
Hello?
is happening.
Come here, you better check this out.
What is it?
Now, from what I understand, you and Jared had kind of a competitive thing going on between who was going to make the better slasher film, because you were both making them at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like this one is going to be the better one. Is that your viewpoint?
I didn't say it.
Some other people have said it. Some
No,
of your
it is. It was just really kind of by chance that he and I both ended up doing remakes of old horror movies. I mean, obviously the Friday the 13th is a huge franchise. So I don't know. We've got. I think we've got a chance. I think the 3D element actually adds a lot of incentive for this one.
Well, I was gonna say, even without the 3D, this is like a really awesome movie, especially for people that really love to see their gore. I mean, there's a lot of really gory scenes in this.
Yeah.
movie.
Yes. And when you put it in this kind of format, it's when you've got the blood flying at you. And at one point during the screening last night, it really was. I saw audience members just go, oh! So it's like a ride.
Now, I want to know, what do you think makes Harry Warden such an iconic character in this film?
Well, I think he's always sat right along with Jason, Michael, and Freddy. The thing I love about Harry Warden is that he's mortal. You can knock this guy down, you can slow him down, but in the end, he's just gonna come. He's gonna keep coming right after you. He just doesn't give up.
Well, for a while, he has been second banana to those guys, but I think this time he really comes out and he's pushing himself to the head of the pack with these guys.
We hope so. I mean, Harry Warden. I'd like him to be a big deal. Yeah, I think it's a great character. Because he's wearing the mask and he's kind of like an emotionless, remorseless guy that is just gonna. He doesn't care who you are or what you've done. He's just gonna kill you.
Well, I'm wondering, when they were shooting the scenes with Harry Warden, did you ever know who was in the costume, or was that like a mystery to who was in the
No,
costume?
I knew who he was. Yeah, I totally knew who he was. It's weird because you're like sitting there like having a cup of tea with them, and then they're putting the mask on. He's up there like shoving Fritos in his mouth at the craft service table, and then he's going to be the one that you're going to be scared of and trying to kill you. So it's a very bizarre experience.
Sarah, faster! Faster!
I want to know, what is the audience supposed to make of a movie where a pregnant lady gets her heart brutally ripped out of her chest? I mean, this is one for the gorehounds, I think.
Yeah, that's I never really thought about the fact that she's pregnant. Well, actually, you know what? You don't know that. She could be lying to me. She's a little bit of a psychopath.
I was kind of thinking that she might be a little bit manipulative.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey, I mean, you saw that. That was pretty bloody.
Yes.
I mean, when she's sitting down there in the alleyway, that whole thing. Well, actually, it was half. The bottom half of her body was actually her, and the top half was a mannequin.
Well, that's weird. So they have her real legs sticking out and this thing sticking on her chest?
She's sitting inside through the wall. Her legs are sticking out through the wall. So it looked very, very real.
Now, did you have one scene in particular that's one of your favorites that you're really looking forward to the fans seeing, especially since you saw it last night?
I gotta say, Tom Atkins, when Tom Atkins meets his demise in the film, it is epic.
Is that the jaw?
Yeah. That's my favorite kill, for sure.
There's nobody here, Sarah.
Now, do you never put on the costume? I know a lot of the other actors put on the costume just to kind of get a feel for this.
I think I put on the mask once. Yeah, I did put on the mask once. I didn't like it. I don't like being like enclosed in a shell of like plastic and stuff like that.
It's like really claustrophobic, I guess.
It's very claustrophobic. And then we were in the actual mines, which are really claustrophobic because you're underground and it's in the middle of the night and you've been up for like 18 hours shooting and it's really small and there's like bats flying by you and it's like cold and dripping wet and damp, and so it can all be very claustrophobic. But the good thing about that is it really adds to the whole experience of it.
Can you talk at all about what it's like to put on the suit? Because I know various different cast members in the movie put on the suit just to kind of trick the audience, and we're not saying who's who, but what did it feel to actually put on such an iconic costume?
It's it's very hot, because I tell you, with the 3D element, the lighting has to be a lot more intense. So there's a lot more lights. It's a lot hotter on set. You put that thing on. I mean, you get the turtleneck, and then you've got the overalls, and then you've got the mask, and it's a lot of gear to put on. So it's when you take that off, it's like.
Now, I don't want to give anything away, but did you ever try on the mask and the costume just to get kind of a feel for the character, or is this something you never even thought about? And that's kind of a slippery slope there, but a lot of the characters actually could try on the costume.
I did wear it to bed one night, which people find a little weird. I know, it's, you know, it's a little uncomfortable.
Did you have any company when you were doing this, wearing it to bed, or were you all alone sleeping, trying to get like into the mindset of this killer with a pickaxe?
Well, I invited Freddie over, but he was busy slashing somebody up.
Oh, Freddie's never busy. What are you talking about? He'd be there in the drop of a hat.
In your dreams.
Where are you? Louis? Where are you? Stop hiding from Mama. Honestly.
And what do you hope to see as far as a sequel? Because, I mean, it could happen.
It could happen. It could happen. We shot a few different endings, and I won't tell you which one happens, obviously the audience, but they ended up setting up an interesting ending. So, yeah, sequel. It looks like it's a possibility. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Now, do you have an idea for how you would like to see a sequel play out? I mean, is one of these love interests going to get psychological help? Are you going to be there for him?
I don't know. You know, my thing is like I'm very present in what's going on right now, so I'm so focused on this one that I feel like I need to wait to see. I don't want to get my hopes up, like, or down or whatever. Like, I like to see how the movie does, and if they do a sequel, then he'll get my 20 annoying phone calls a day like he did on this one. What about this? What about this? What about this? I'm one of those.
Yeah.
I'm a thinker, so I usually have a lot of notes.
Well, I was on the set of another 3D movie, and there was some smack talk going around, another horror movie. I'm not going to mention the name. I'm wondering, did that talk ever seep into the set? Did it make you guys, like, really pull up your game, or did you guys even hear about this?
You know what made us pull up our game is that Jensen's buddy on Supernatural, Jared, who he works with, was shooting, was it Halloween or Friday the 13th?
No, it's Friday.
Friday the 13th at the same time. So they were both doing slasher flicks, and we were shooting them at the same time, and it was, you know, it was our goal to make sure that we made a better movie. And I think we succeeded.
Valentine 3D. Nothing says date movie like a 3D ride to hell.